You hear that? That is my neighbors blasting music at about 5:45 on a Monday. Get down with whatever you want to get down with, but like, we live in an apartment. This is very loud. I can feel their music through the floor, and they're underneath me. I need to move. Update on that one though, should be hopefully sometime in the house soon-ish. Want to say November. Long story short, I'll sit down for that one. But hello, welcome, hi. I meant to vlog earlier today. I meant to vlog weeks ago. I meant to vlog months ago, but I just didn't feel like it. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But welcome back. I'm ready to show you the life, and show you the life now that I'm pregnant. I don't even care if it's toxic. I just freaking love this candle, and one of our coaches made it. It's so fun. It smells so good. Okay, let's chat. So the last time I saw you, it was sometime around the Open. So I wanted to document the Open. I wanted to go through quarterfinals, but that kind of like didn't happen. I was sick, and then the Open happened, finished that, got invited to do quarterfinals, or made it to quarterfinals, whatever you want to call it. And we'd kind of been at like a point where we were talking about like, well, what is the point of doing this? There we go. And now I can sit on my butt. So we were kind of talking about like, what was the point of doing it? Because I wasn't going to move on to semis anyway. So we have been trying to get pregnant, and by we I mean me, because I'm the only one who can get pregnant. So I was trying to get pregnant. We talked about starting our family, and taking some time off competing, and we were also going through some stuff with the house, and we were about to, or we thought we were about to close on the house, and it turned out that we had gotten a call from the builder who had basically said to us, hey, prices have gone up because it's been a pandemic and it's been years, so the price of your house has gone up. And they offered a us the price, and we said absolutely no way. And so we kind of waited out for a little while until we started to get some like help with that. We had gone through kind of like a cat and mouse game of like, well, we're not going to pay all this money, and they were sort of like, well, you need to, even though we had a contract signed. It was a huge amount of drama for months, and this was like in March that we thought that we were going to end up closing because they had finished our house at that point. So bunch of things happened. We finally met in the middle with them. We negotiated kind of like a set point for the house, came up with a new addendum to the contract, signed that, and now hopefully things are going to be going smooth in our direction. So looking forward to hopefully getting in the house sometime in November, which will be great because now I am pregnant. If you didn't know that, now you know. I'm actually 17 weeks pregnant. So it's been quite a journey with that. That's a whole lot of mental hurdles in and of itself. I thought competing was pretty hard, but nothing is as hard as going through this, and then potentially, the preparation for motherhood. So that's been pretty crazy too. Things with the gym have been pretty solid. Going back to quarterfinals, I had done quarterfinals, but I had been that person who messed up one of the workouts, and I think that was workout 3 with the shuttle runs. I simply just didn't read it well enough, and we were at a point too where if I wasn't going to move on, we weren't going to take it as seriously. So I'm pretty notorious for not really understanding the workouts before I do them, and that's why I usually have Bri talk me through it and make sure we have a game plan. And he just kind of was like, well, if you're not gonna go anywhere with it, I'm not gonna really put a lot of my time into making sure that you do them, because again, what's the point? So I ended up doing the workout. He kind of just trusted me. I ended up doing, I think, 2 one day and 3 another. jamming them in because I only had so much time during that weekend. I had a lot of stuff going on. I realized that I had submitted a score wrong because I had done half the amount of shuttle runs. And I was like, well, this is bittersweet. I mean, granted, I wasn't going to go to semis if I got invited. So this just sort of solidified that. So there was no having to make that hard decision, because I really feel like had I gotten the invite to semis, I probably would have been agonizing over whether or not to take it. And then maybe we wouldn't be in the situation we're in now, which we're really happy with. There's always time to do CrossFit. There's always time to compete. And there's so many people in the sport who've come back after children, and I'm not really super worried about it. In fact, the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is honestly just moving into this house and just making sure that the gym is going well and that Bry's secondary business is going well too. So that has been happening. Just kind of wanted to keep rolling with it because this is just my life now. So I figured that two people would want to see kind of, and I would want to see, I would love to be able to watch or listen or read about people in my position who are going through kind of what I'm going through, and just seeing how they handle it, and then just taking little bits of whatever I can and applying it to my own life. So this is kind of like what I want. I'm not very good with documenting my day-to-day, so we're gonna see how this goes, and I'm really gonna try my best to continue to do this because I really like watching people and their life, and I know that while sometimes like other people's lives just aren't interesting and compelling, like, I don't know, it's just human nature, right? Like to want to be able to see what others are doing, and this is kind of that. So yeah, hopefully moving into a house, 17 weeks pregnant, Bri has a secondary business, gym is doing pretty good, and then yeah, it's turning into fall. I have a little bit of a cold, which, surprise, I always have one, and actually I went to the doctor and they told me that the reason why I get chronic sinus infections is because I have a deviated septum, so I don't drain very well. So when I have a cold, it feels like it's like 2 weeks long, and then yeah, I just try to my best to do what I can. And now with being pregnant, you can't take any medicine, so it's just been hot tea. I got a facial the other day to clear my sinuses. That was pretty good. So if anybody out there is dealing with some of like sinus and congestion pain, get yourself a facial. And if you're in the area and you need a good facial, Alex at Nail Teak, oh man, she is good, and she knows how to really drain those sinuses too. So that made me feel a lot better. Training today, I just got done with the day, did some personal training, did some admin work, got in a bunch of workouts. I actually think that the workouts that I've been doing, I don't know if they're appropriate or not for somebody who's pregnant. I'm just kind of like going off of feel. I mean, I might be doing too much just because some days I feel like absolutely not wrecked, but just so tired, and I can't differentiate if like I'm tired because I'm pregnant and training, or if it's just because of training, or if it's just because I'm pregnant. So it's just all kind of like one thing at this point. And some of the clips you saw earlier were just some of the squats that we've been doing in the squat cycle for Mayhem Bergner strength, and that's been going really well. It's, even though I'm getting bigger and my center of gravity is shifting, I still feel pretty strong. And in fact, I actually feel way stronger being pregnant, and I don't know if that's like a core pressure thing or if it's just a mental thing, or if it's a mass thing at this point, but that's been going pretty well. I ended up giving up a lot of gymnastics movements like 2-ish weeks ago. That was pretty sad. I did some burpees today. That was pretty agonizing because at first you don't have to really think about controlling your movement, but then as you start to have like your belly distend, like you have to be mindful, because you can't just like flop on the floor. And it's not even just like, oh my gosh, safety for the baby. Obviously it's safety for the baby, but you also just feel really uncomfortable like slamming your belly to the floor. So it's probably really uncomfortable, and that's why I have to keep a lot of tension in my arms, so it turns into like this like really methodical push-up, and it's like slow, and then oh god, it's just rough. It was just a rough couple of workouts. Aerobic work has been really good. Biking, skiing, rowing, running, that's all been really, really good. Just doing a ton of stuff that I like hate doing that I know I need to do. So that's kind of like but we're just doing it. So I guess now what I'm gonna do is shower and cook dinner. I mean, I just hate showering. It doesn't even take me that long. I just don't like the process of like having to take off clothes and get in the shower and then do all like soap and shampoo and condition and lotion. Ugh. I'd rather be just like not shower forever. And I know it sounds gross, but at the same time, everyone has their thing. So I'm gonna go do some of that stuff. It was great checking in with you. This is actually gonna be probably like all week vlog. I am probably not gonna vlog the rest of the night. I will pick this up tomorrow when I have a little bit more time. Tomorrow's gonna be a little bit busy though, so bear with me, but we'll see where this goes. Okay, hi. Remember when I said I was gonna vlog, and I just like left you guys hanging the other day? It's because I did a lot of running around with my mom. Like yesterday from the hours of 12:30 to, I don't know, I got home at like 7:30. And I would have taken my camera, but like I just don't think she's at a spot yet where she's like, oh yeah, like have me. She hates social media and she's not really on it, and I don't blame her. But like, I just didn't want to sit there and be like, oh, I'm gonna talk to this camera while we take a 2-hour drive and all that. And also too, it was just kind of like a boring-ish day. We took her dog down to the vet, which he has like a neurological issue that causes his brain to swell. So he has to go down to a special vet, which is like in South Jersey. So it's about like hour 45, 2 hours from where we live down there. And thank goodness she found him, or found the vet, because the dog was originally diagnosed with just random blindness when he was 8 months old. So she knew it was an issue and was like, I'm not gonna give up on him. I'm gonna figure out like someone to help me. And it turns out he had autoimmune encephalitis. So he was able to get help from this emergency vet that's down in New Jersey. And they put him on, I think, some like chemo and some shots and things. And so he was going back there like every 3 weeks for a little while, and then they changed it to like 5 weeks, 7 weeks, and then they kept just progressively going up. So now he's actually doing really well. He had a surgery for his cleft palate. It's a French bulldog, by the way, so they have just like a lot of issues regardless. So she brought him down there for a cleft palate surgery, and then they just had to check on him. So we basically spent couple hours in the car just to have like a 15-minute visit, but it's all good because I don't really mind hanging out with my parents, especially when they have to drive and do something like that, because you can always use the company, especially on like a long ride. And then afterwards we got Stickies, which is a chicken finger joint. And what's funny about this, so Bry's company I was telling you about, he actually does Web3 stuff. So if you've ever heard of like NFTs, crypto, that's the kind of stuff he works with. And one of his projects is actually it is a project that has linked with the company Stickies. If you're in like the New York, New Jersey area, you know Stickies. If not, you don't really. I didn't really know them because they're not around here. But they will deliver via Gold Belly, and you can get their stuff there. And then you can also just go to their stores in New York and New Jersey. So we were passing through the area that one of the Stickies is at, and I used my NFT to score free food from the place. So it's just like a chicken tender place. And I know that some places, like, that sounds weird to some people, but we have a place around us actually that's very similar. and it's called Cluck You. And I think they're also like a New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland. I don't know. They're normally by universities for college kids, I guess, to eat like chicken tenders and fries and stuff like that. So it's kind of like that. It's just a little bit of a better quality type place, and they have like all these different sauces too. So their whole big thing is like these sauces. And I'm sorry if I'm like running around my kitchen. I just got home from coaching all morning. I did a workout. I actually feel pretty good today. Like the past couple of days or weeks, actually, I should say, I've been having a lot of like pregnancy fatigue. So granted, like when I coach Wednesdays, I coach 6 a.m., 8 a.m., and then our 9 a.m. And then I try to get in like a workout right after, because if I don't, I'll just kind of like get really, really hungry and then kind of tired, and then I just like don't have any motivation and energy. So like for weeks I had been coaching this, and it's a lot, right? So you're just on your feet, you're moving around, you're talking to people, you're showing movements, and even during that like hour between the 6 and the 8, you're still talking to people. Sometimes I could get in like breakfast, sometimes like I'll take a walk. It all really just depends like how I'm feeling. Today I was really, really hungry, so I just kind of like ate, got some work done, did some like content work. That was cool. And then coached, got in, like as soon as I was done coaching, I kind of was talking to some people, wrote down my workout, and then just kind of got after it, because I knew if I like, because I was kind of hungry, I knew if I had like stopped eating something, I would have taken a little while to regain the motivation to work out. So I'm really glad I got that done. I'm really, really hungry now, and I'm actually making breakfast. So I just got home and I'm kind of like half cleaning, half making breakfast. So everything's just kind of like a mess. All right, so check this out. I'm going to be making a decaf espresso here. These are so clutch to have on hand. These like Nespresso pods. They're like the small, kind of tall ones. But this coffee maker is great, but you have to put the beans on top. And so there's never like a time where I feel okay about like putting the decaf beans in, because I don't want to trick Bri. So like I kind of just resorted to getting like a whole bunch of these pods. So if I wanted like a coffee, I could just stick it in and then just get myself a coffee, rather than having to like scrape all the beans out of here, put decaf beans in, and then hope that they're not some like residual left over. So this is so exciting. I love it. Okay, here she is. We have egg whites with some feta and broccoli slaw, some tomatoes. I got an everything bagel with some chive whipped cream cheese. Got the decaf Nespresso here. So I'm ready to eat breakfast, lunch. I don't know what you call it, but I am so ready to eat. I am so hungry. So before I eat, I'm actually going to do what is called my lumen test. So this is a lumen. And what it does is it is a metabolism tracker. So you have an app on your phone that you're linked to. All right, so it's gonna turn on, and what it's going to do is it's going to ask me if I want to measure my metabolism. So I have a bunch of different options. I have like before eating, after eating, before exercise, after exercise, sleeping, fasting, all that fun stuff. I actually just did it maybe like 20 minutes ago. So I already did it this morning. When I first woke up, I did it after I ate breakfast. I did it before I worked out or after. I forget what I did, but it's really neat. It basically tells you if you're going to be burning carbs or fats, and then comes up with a personalized nutrition plan for you. You want to be more on the side of burning fats in the morning, and then as your day goes on or you're eating, you want to be burning carbs. You also want to make sure that when you're working out, you're burning carbs too. So it'll tell you all that. I'm gonna do it, and what it wants you to do is it wants you to sit down. That way it's a better read. I'm gonna press let's go.
Hold your breath. Exhale in 3, 2, 1.
So as you can see, all you do is breathe in for 10 seconds, hold your breath for 10 seconds, and then breathe out for 10 seconds, and then it comes up with a score from there. So right now I'm burning carbs and fats, which is pretty good because I actually had a shake in between my workout and now. So I was just primarily burning fats before, which is fantastic, but at the same time, it's not necessarily something I wanted to be doing while I was working out. So that's why I'm kind of sitting down to eat like a high carb lunch here with this bagel. I'm gonna do it again after I eat to see where I'm at. The score should go up. It should be around like a 4 or 5. Right now it's at 3, so I'm burning both carbs and fat. And after this I should be burning probably more carbs. So we'll check it out throughout the day. And I don't know, it's a really cool device. It is just a data point though, so it's not the be all end all for your health and nutrition needs, but it's a really good way to see where your metabolism is and see how flexible it is. This needs about 2 weeks of morning scores for it to give you a flex score. So I'm interested to see that. I'm almost 2 weeks in with the use of this. So I'll kind of update you on that whole thing, but I'm going to eat because I am so hungry and been so patient now. So see you after this meal. Okay, so I get done eating. I actually end up eating some pretzel crisps as well because I was still pretty hungry after lunch, and I'm gonna be doing the lumen again just to see where I'm at. Okay, so this will be after eating lunch.
Exhale in 3, 2, 1.
All right, so I should be burning more carbs than before when I started, just because, like I said, I had that bagel and then I had some pretzel crisp after. Yep, so we're in level 5 now, so I'm mostly burning up carbs, which is where we want to be at. Yeah, it's kind of neat. It'll adjust what days, you know, you're considered high carb days or not, just depending on the amount of CO2 that's in your lungs. So there's, like I said, I have a couple more days to see like the whole metabolic flex score, so I'm really interested in that. But so far I really like it. It's kind of reassuring things I already know, but at the same time it's allowing me to see like, oh, like today for example, why was I in a state of fat burning so frequently, and especially after workouts and especially after eating breakfast. So just kind of letting me know that my body maybe needs a little bit more carbs, a little bit more energy. Maybe that's why I'm feeling hungrier. So it's a pretty cool little device. But yeah, I guess you could check it out. I will put the link in the description. You can use code Bailey for $50 off and tell me how much you like it. I was curious about it too when I saw it. So if you are looking to give it a try, let me know if you do, and let me know how it goes for you, because I know a lot of people who've had some definitely interesting results and some people who really swear by it. So it's really neat. Just more data. I'm actually about to go get my nails done. It's funny because I feel like in the last vlog I got my nails done, but these things are looking so ratchet. Like, come on, what's going on? What's going on here? What is going on? I don't even know what I'm gonna get, but I'm excited to get them done because they are so gross and they're like getting caught on everything. So I will check back with you guys later. I promise I will actually check back with you later and not just leave you hanging for another day. So I got my nails done and I got this color that I'm a really big fan of, and I know a lot of people aren't. And my nail tech wanted me to go with like an orange color because I like those like orangey, peachy kind of like nudish kind of things, and she's like, why don't you go burnt orange? Because it's like an old lady color and it looks bad on my hands. And she says, no, it's a dark color so it'll look good on your hands. I said, I don't know. I feel like the brighter you go, the more tan you look. And I need all the help I can get because I am just very pale. And that's why I also dye my hair blonde too, because it also makes me feel less pale. But right now, shit's looking pretty dark for me. I actually just canceled an appointment I had for my hair to reschedule for another appointment that was sooner because I can't stand the dark up top, and it doesn't look super bad when I have my hair down or when it's like up in a ponytail, but when I have it like pulled back like this, like there's just dark brown, like almost black. And during the winter when I'm at my palest, it just isn't a good look. Like, I love that there's a lot of women right now who are going dark, and like we all love that Megan Fox Kardashian look, but my hair is just not long enough right now to be that dark and look sexy hot like them. And it is not as like sleek. Like normally when it gets really long, it just like the curls get heavy and it looks nice, but I'm one of those people who I feel like I look better with straight hair. I like straight hair better. It just feels better. And I know like the grass is always greener for people, but that's just my preference. Yeah, so that's kind of what's going on outside of the gym life. Right now I'm going to the gym. I just grabbed a box of food that we got delivered. We're working with a company called Quick Fresh, and they are a Utah-based meal prep service. I'm excited to try them out because the meal prep company that we were using before, they were a local company and they would drive down the meals and stuff. They had like a kitchen that was like 45 minutes away. They kind of just stopped doing what they were doing, so we were a little bit of a loss. There was a couple other companies we tried out, weren't too big of fans of. There was one company that I really liked. When I got sick in May with neurovirus, I was eating some of their stuff, and like in my head I kind of just can't get like the texture and the taste out. Like they rotate their menu, so it's not always the stuff I was eating, but some of it's pretty comparable. Like I don't know why some of the food that I would eat from them had made me nauseous, but I just need a break from the company until then. And also too, like I had started to raise my fats because of being pregnant, and that just kind of also made me a little nauseous. So I wanted to kind of go back to meals that didn't have like a ton of fat in them and kind of were more towards like you could eat them after working out and everything and not feel kind of like slow and gassy and sluggish and stuff. So we're trying them out. Seems really good. I'm really excited to open up the box. I'm really excited to try the food, and I hope that. So here we go. This is one of them, right? So Fiesta chicken casserole. So it's got the macros, got the calories right on there. Casserole looking thing. I love like the way that they are coming out here. So good. Lemon chicken piccata here. Right, so got that going. You look like you see food and this is how you eat first. So if your sense of like hunger isn't triggered by looking at this, then you've done something wrong. But I just really appreciate like the way it's packaged, the way it looks, the way it's handled. Really excited for this. So Quick Fresh, I'll also have a link for that if anybody is interested. I had never heard of them. They reached out, I talked to them for a bit, talked about kind of what they offer, their food, things like that, their mission, and I was just like, you know what, I'm really down. I really want to learn more, and I really just want like people to get on board with another meal prep service that delivered fresh food, tasted good, and I always like a good menu switch because I get a little bit bored. So I'll put a link for that in the description if you're interested in it. I know that there's tons of different meal companies floating around in space, but it's always good to try them out and just see which ones you like, right? It doesn't hurt at all. So now I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna bother Bri, and then I'm gonna go for a walk. That's what I'm gonna do. And then that'll be like my fitness day, basically. And then I'm just gonna chill out and watch some Handmaid's Tale tonight, because it's Wednesday. I don't even know, just hang out, because it's been real busy the past couple of days. So if I don't get back to you, I will see you sometime. What are you doing? You think you're going outside? You do. You're not going outside. Good morning, happy Friday. Last night I got home and what'd I do? Basically just clean the apartment. I have been trying to figure out days where I clean the apartment, and there's days where I clean the gym. Like today will probably be a day where I clean the gym after getting some workouts in. I have a call, I've got a doctor's appointment, I got a couple things going on. I started off like the day really late, just because I didn't have any early clients today. So sometimes I just like to take advantage of not going in as early and just kind of getting like a slow morning. So what I'm gonna do now, since I have some people at the gym, Brian's already there, I'm gonna get some coaches there, I'm going to get a coffee, and then I'm going to run up to the house and see how that's going, because yesterday it was pouring rain. Right, so they got all this hay and stuff over, I guess some dirt. They did put some gravel on the driveway. So like I was saying, oh, okay, so that's called an access road, right? So there's a lot over here that is going to be built on, and then there's the access road going down, and then there's the cul-de-sac, the bottom. So yeah, so they cleared out a bunch of like shrubs and stuff here. We have property that goes like further back that way, but it's like up to us to clear out those trees. It looks pretty good. Got some stuff over here. I think this is what they were talking about with like creating a storm water runoff, because there's a big like hill from the road down here, and it doesn't really have anywhere to like pool water. So I think that's what this little area is, where they like built this up and then kind of have some like runoff. It's fun that they give us like this little spot to park a car, because that driveway or that garage is supposed to hold 2 cars, but that's probably not gonna happen here. But yeah, so here she is. Can't get inside because it's locked. Have no idea what the code for the key is, and they won't give it to us. So yeah, hopefully this is just gonna be done soon. No idea where to even start with this house, because I don't know, like there's so many little things to worry about. Like, okay, you know, because we have the gym, we were thinking about getting a dumpster for the gym and then just bringing the garbage from our house to the gym dumpster. That way we won't have to like pay for municipal garbage. I don't know, because right now we've been taking our trash from the gym to our apartment dumpster, because what we thought was our dumpster turned out not to be, and then the business around us that had the dumpster was locking it because people come up and then they throw their trash away, which I understand, like you wouldn't want someone to do that, because I think they like, I forget how they go about paying for it, whether it's like size, like the amount of trash in there, I don't know, but it was ridiculous. So anyway, we have to figure something like that out. I think we'll probably just end up getting a dumpster, but then like I just thought about getting trash here, and it's just kind of like shitty to have to like drive your garbage around, but I'd rather just kind of pay for one. And just like a lot of stuff that I didn't realize was gonna be so much money. We don't have a deck. They just gave us this rail across the door, like the back door is just like a rail so you can't get out. So it's kind of like, yeah, you're starting off at the bare bones, and you get a chance to make it at your own, but it's one of those things in my head where I'm like, oh, this is gonna take years to really make it into my own. And I kind of just want it to be like, this is it now. But I guess if you didn't have anything to do, you wouldn't have anything to do. So this kind of gives us a chance to have ongoing projects, I guess. The gym is an ongoing project, so I don't want like multiple ongoing projects happening, but it is what it is. Once we get the house, I'm just gonna be perfectly happy. It's just been so long coming. I can't even describe to you this process and how it's made us feel and how it's made me view a lot of like people and businesses and the way people do things, like maybe really cynical the past couple of years. And I feel bad about it, but at the same time, like, it kind of opened my eyes to, geez, like, nobody's really out there to help anybody. Like, nobody. And anytime you are actually helping someone, you always have to like second guess, like, is this person really being true? So now I'm heading to the gym. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long to actually get in a rhythm of doing something, because it's really nice out and I actually really want to be like outside kind of. So I don't know. It's gonna be a good day. Let's just say that. It'll be a good day regardless of how I felt waking up this morning. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll check back in later. Good morning. It is Sunday morning. It's about 9. So I've actually been up for a couple hours now, and the only real productive thing I've been doing is shopping on Amazon. So yeah, basically what's happening is we are potentially closing on the house a lot sooner than I thought. So the other day, Bri told me that we could be closing on the house on Thursday, which means we have to get everything packed up and ready to go, because he wants to use Friday, Saturday, Sunday to move in, because we're also at a point too where we're going to be closing out our lease, so we don't want to have to, like, I guess we don't have to do much of anything because we already paid for first and last month rent, so it doesn't really matter. But we like to get out before November, just get everything in there as soon as possible. So this has led us to now packing our whole house. And the best part is that's not even like the apartment. That's just like our basement storage. So we went downstairs and it's like really, really gross. Like, I mean, I'm happy because they gave us some storage downstairs, but it's like dog kennels. Like, you could put people in there and murder them kind of things. So we had like a bunch of crap just from like my parents' house, his parents' house, stuff that we just couldn't fit in here, extra stuff, and we just stored it down there and we just piled it on top of each other. So going through that was really fun. It took us hours. We had been organizing just things we didn't need, getting rid of like boxes that were damaged because it floods down there, and just a whole bunch of stuff. So we have been organizing all that. I have a very sleepy cat right here. So yeah, it's kind of like happening really quick. So mainly my day is just gonna be packing, maybe watching some football, and then going out and getting some stuff at Home Goods. If I get some stuff at Home Goods, I'll bring that back. I know I promised a grocery haul the other day, but I really didn't like buy that many groceries, so there's really nothing to like show. But this is really fun because now I can kind of be like, oh hey, check out this thing I got, because it's really cool and it's really useful. Like today I was looking online for storage and organization, and I just bought like $300 worth of stuff. just for storage and organization, and then like just random things. Like last night I bought a mailbox, and then there's just like stuff you don't even think about, like, oh, I gotta get garage door openers or security things, and like just tons of stuff that I just forgot about because we live in an apartment. So yeah, I'm gonna end up packing up some of the living room stuff today, and then I think Brian wanted to do some closet stuff, which I'm okay with, but kind of would rather not do that because it's just gonna like overflow into other rooms, but it is what it is. We'll see. We're gonna cross our fingers and really figure out if we're closing or not, because if not, we just are doing this all for fun at this point. And I don't know. I mean, it should happen sooner or later, but it could happen as soon as this week. So wish me luck. I'm gonna pack and I don't know, maybe eat some breakfast before I do my day. I'll let you know. Here's my little lady. What are you doing, my little lady? Yeah, she's having fun on the boxes.